In a worrying sign that coronavirus is really starting to stretch Melbourne's hospitals, 3 were at capacity last night, unable to accept patients from ambulances.
We've seen with the Northern Hospital, for example, about 100 people at one point in isolation. That means that the hospital's got a reduced capacity in their emergency department, so less ambulances can actually go to that location, which means strain is put on other nearby hospitals.
More than 400 Victorian healthcare workers have contracted the virus, and there are currently hundreds more in isolation.
If we need to bring in resources from other states, we should do it. If we need to ask the federal government for ADF-trained health staff to come in and help us, let's do it.
The good news is that I understand that about 100 of them are returning coming out of furlough today and able to return to work.
174 Victorians are now in hospital and 36 of those are in intensive care. 374 cases were recorded across the state today, the second highest daily increase since the pandemic began. But the Premier isn't panicking.
You'd like to see numbers coming down. At the end of the day, though, we're not seeing the doubling and doubling again. So what that says to me, the sorts of measures we've put in place are having a direct impact.
Tomorrow will mark 14 days since the latest lockdown began, but some areas have had restrictions in place for almost 3 weeks. On July the 2nd, the Hume local government area had the most active cases with 85, but has since been overtaken by Wyndham in Melbourne's west, which now has 370 cases. The growth rate in places like Glen Eira in Melbourne's southeast remains modest, but in other areas like Yarra in the city's inner north, the numbers continue to rise.
Certainly we're seeing a rollercoaster of numbers, and I think to a degree our anxieties do rise and fall as the numbers do, but there has been some levelling in the last 4 or 5 days.
There are just over 24 hours until face masks become mandatory in Victoria, and you could be fined $200 if you're caught without one. Authorities say they're disappointed about a small amount of community backlash against wearing them.
Masks are to coronavirus a bit like speed limits are to our road toll. They protect you, they protect those around you.
Bridget Rollason, ABC News, Melbourne.